Alright, motherfuckers. Today we're gonna be watching top 15 Ouija board videos, you know? Some brujeria type shit, you know? Gotta contact the dead, ask him if I'm gonna get married or not. You know, I could ask like Diosito and shit, but like, he takes so long to respond, you know? Fuck it.
Well,
See what it
stories
is.
of Ouija date back as far as the early 1400s.
That's
The
old.
only solid proof comes from the mid-1840s, when mediums, witches, and Satanists began using the boards more commonly. It's a safe and common assumption that
Satan. This? Wait, what did I search up? No. That Thomas the Train Engine? None of that demonio shit in my house.
Ouija boards as we know them today are not as genuine as the ones from 2 centuries ago. The point is, you are opening yourself up to the other side. It doesn't matter what channel you're using. If you allow it to be open for communication, you're letting it be open for many other things. These 15 videos are
fuck is
examples
wrong
of
with my
Ouija
computer?
proof caught on tape. Some are more convincing and more horrifying than others. But every entry has importance in understanding the negative effects of using the spirit board. Let us know of any
think it's already
crazy
happening.
experiences you've had with the Ouija. Number 15, Mellow Bird. This YouTuber is immensely well known in the
Bird.
horror community, and to anyone with a desire to witness the paranormal. Mellow Bird has been active on YouTube since about 2009, and although his channel doesn't center around other content, he gained most of his fame through showing off his home. Mellow Bird's house is apparently severely haunted. In fact, his channel's About section simply states, horrific poltergeist activity caught on tape. His most popular videos include furniture being thrown around his home, EVP
So, like,
sessions
crazy
that
wife,
reveal
you know?
chilling voices, and of course, Ouija boards. He often uses the Ouija board as a channel for investigating the haunting of his home, and more often than not the results are terrifying. One such of Mellow Bird's videos shows a small glass breaking as soon as it makes contact with the board.
I gotta find a better pointer as well. I've been using these glasses. The idea was that because it's so tall, you can see
Pendejo.
along.
And another video shows the board floating mid-air as Mellow Bird rushes to get it on tape.
Ándale, córrele, córrele.
Out of the countless Ouija-related videos on this channel, the video uploaded on Halloween 2012 might just take the cake. While we are faced with the usual horrifying evidence such as violently moving objects, disruption in motion sensors and audio recorders, we are also given fire. Towards the end of the video, a small cross placed on the table suddenly bursts into flames.
K2, you people number 1 on the process move.
1, 2, 3.
Holy shit. I'm not religious, but that's...
Alright there, hold the fuck up. It was hot outside, you know, so like that's explainable. I think. Even though it's night, or that's what it looks like, but
This demonstrates that the spirit or entity haunting Mellowbird's home has some power or control over fire, which could become very dangerous for Mellowbird. This entity
Fire,
could go as
bitch.
far as setting the home on fire or physically harming him. Even stranger and more unsettling is that Mellowbird states, "Do not ever set anything on fire in my home again or I will have you exorcised," and in the rest of his videos there's never another fire, meaning this entity apparently listened to this threat and took it seriously, because it wants to be allowed to remain in the home for whatever reason. Number 14, Ouija turns bad for teenage girl. This video was posted in 2011 and seems
Can
to
I
be a
predict?
follow-up
Can
to
I
a previous
predict? It's a
video in which the
fucking
script
white
played with the
bitch.
board. The cameraman
white
states, last
bitch.
time we did this, people on YouTube said we were doing it wrong. The video shows a group of about 5 or 6 young adults walking to a barn of some sort. They begin to play with the board and hear strange noises from within the building.
White
They brush it off
bitch.
as the wind or perhaps an
White
animal.
bitch.
While they do play with the board and use EMF meters, they mostly seem skeptical
Another
and
white
even
bitch.
a
Is that
little
the same white
annoyed.
bitch? I don't know. Hold up.
Despite clear contact with an entity, they ask the spirit to make a noise and a loud bang can be heard in the distance, but again they brush it off as coincidence. The meter begins to go wild, showing a presence and even buzzing. Several more sounds are delivered after a request from the group, and one girl claims to feel footsteps on her back. The group makes the
Footsteps?
decision to leave the barn
That dude got a foot
as they're
fetish.
becoming frightened and aren't sure if someone is messing with them. They walk out and clearly state they need to be careful since they're technically trespassing. Shortly after, they're caught by a man with
they're
a
white.
flashlight that asks what they're doing and chases them down.
Exploring, you stupid bitch. So I saw.
One girl from the group, Sarah, is nowhere to be found shortly after. Well, the person that caught them
The whitest bitch name out there, Sarah and Karen and Karen.
and their friend missing
fucking
are
know.
easily explainable in normal events. The activity seen in the barn is pretty chilling and hard to fake. Number 13, Tanner Fox. This video posted by Tanner Fox in early October 2016 seems to be part of some challenge where famous YouTubers play the Ouija board.
Isn't
just
that
for
Lance
fun.
Stewart?
While most of the videos posted by bigger YouTubers were either entirely fake
That's
or pretty
Tanner.
boring,
Another
this one is
white
kind of
bitch.
interesting. While Tanner and his group of friends play with the board, they allegedly make contact with the spirit of a 5-year-old girl who shares her name and a few details about her death. One person in the group Googles the information to check accuracy. From her cause of death to the name of her mother, the spirit seems to be accurate. The spirit of this child was apparently killed by her mother. When asked why her mother killed her, she said she was sad. According to the article, her mother was on antidepressants and her murder may have been related to those mental issues. The group continues to ask questions related to random facts found on the internet, and the spirit continues to get them right. The group later makes contact with another entity which apparently knows details about their friend Elizabeth. She is overcome with emotion as the spirit shares details that only her close friends or family would know, and she begins to cry.
Wait. Who were we just speaking to?
Bro, I'm starting to tear up. I'm so
Was
scared.
that Lizzie's grandma?
What a pussy. Abuela.
God.
Oh my god.
Bitch, everyone dies.
By the end of their game, the whole group seems shaken up, with each person responding differently. If you don't believe in the paranormal, it's pretty intense to see what emotional and psychological effects this allegedly innocent game can have on those that participate. Number 12, Brennan Taylor. This video was posted a few days before the Tanner Fox video, during the same period of bigger YouTubers playing with the board. This video is also a pretty interesting one, not only because of how the group reacts, but because they allegedly make contact with the notorious Zozo. This demon has been documented.
I know this bitch. Hold up. Oh fuck, that's awesome. Fuck, I ripped the paper. The power of Christ compels you, bitch.
Documented since the early 1800s with sightings and experiences. However, contact with Zozo has become more common since people began using the Ouija board recreationally. Thus, Zozo has become known as the Ouija demon. After making the contact, the group tells the spirit goodbye and discuss that Zozo may come back for one of them later on. As it's common when contacting Zozo to be followed outside of the game, Brennan Taylor took a video on his cell phone of him at home later that night, where random banging can be heard throughout his home and he's clearly terrified.
So it's like 1:40 right now. I just heard something in my living room, okay? My dog is in my room.
He goes back to sleep and ignores the situation. The next morning, he finds that a box has been thrown off his dining room table onto the floor. This was clearly what made the loud bang the night before, but it's uncertain how the box was moved. His dog seems to react strangely to the box as well. He sniffs at the box and stares at Brennan as if confused. While this wasn't solid evidence for Zozo or any other entities, it can be pretty unsettling if you imagine something like this happening in the middle of the night after playing with something as dangerous as the Ouija board. Number 11, Nosebleed. This video shows two young boys playing the Ouija board in a living room. They ask simple questions and the answers they received are unsettling but nothing too horrifying.
That motherfucker right there, the one with the black hair. He has a big ass forehead.
At some point while asking, "Are there any good spirits here?" they hear a noise behind them and a large bowl or basket flies off the living room table. The boys freak out, yell, "No, I am done with this," and run from the
Calmado,
board,
güey,
flipping it over.
respira.
Are there any good spirits here? Oh,
No,
I'm
no.
not doing this. No.
Don't be pussies. No, fuck it. I'm gonna order one. My house is Catholic or religious or shit, but I don't give a fuck.
Many commenters have of course pointed out that this was a major problem because you're never supposed to leave a Ouija board without saying goodbye. Of course,
Adios.
the two young boys later came back to the board though
Ciao.
and continued to play. Before the pair are even able to ask another question, the boy facing away from the camera feels something
Límpiate la nariz, pendejo.
on his face and turns to expose that his nose had just begun bleeding. Just as he turns back to his friend, the Ouija board flies off the small table they were using.
Dude, I'm bleeding.
Why the fuck didn't that forehead kid
no.
notice?
I didn't believe in a Ouija boards or any of that until now. This is the
Alright, no, cousin, you little fucking white bitch.
15th time we've tried it. All the other 12 times we did this, nothing happened.
Shortly after, he comes back on camera to warn that he never believed in Ouija boards and did this originally as a joke, but that the board should not be messed with. Number 10, Shaking Chandelier. This video was posted on Facebook in August 2011 by a young girl in Norway. The creepy video received about 4,000 shares as well as over 100,000 views on a YouTube upload. Two teen girls are sitting at a dining room table with their fingers on a homemade Ouija board. The board is drawn in more of a circular pattern, which is not unusual with homemade or makeshift boards. The girls are of course speaking Norwegian.
Que pendeja ni son, no mames, bitch. Do you want that shit on Hanshu at night? Hay que te mire, güey.
Or planchette
Era.
responds immediately.
You're in your room.
Their hands from the board.
You're doing some
Staring
cringy ass
uneasy.
TikTok
The
dances.
blonde girl
You're
to
like,
the right pours herself a glass of soda as they
oh
quickly
fuck, I actually have my phone
converse.
with me.
As soon as she sits her glass down and attempts to return to the board,
Oh, move
glass
this,
glides
move
over the
that,
table
move
quickly,
that. El
almost
culo para
falling
arriba,
off.
bitch, the fuck.
Ta ned på goddagen.
Vete a la verga.
Es estúpido.
Exactly.
Everyone is understandably shocked. They walk around and talk things over while visibly
Pendeja.
emotionally affected. Eventually, they all come back to place and continue their game,
Pendeja.
using the creepy event to feel the energy. They don't play for much longer before stopping to fearfully discuss the game. Eventually, they hear a slight tap and the chandelier hanging above the table begins to shake violently. The girls
Mesa.
scream and run to another room.
Perra.
Number 9, Clear
Pendeja.
Control. This video was posted
Whoa.
by Dor-
This video is already 15 minutes long. I'm gonna cut it and I'm gonna react to another one, but váyanse a la verga. Fuck you guys. How do I end this? A la verga.